Hello everybody, my name is RetroBoy03, and welcome to a LEGO video review on the Bricktober 2017 LEGO Batman movie minifigure set. During October of 2017, this set was available exclusively at Toys R Us stores. You could either get it for free with a purchase of $50 or more, or you could buy it outright for $20. Now, it's highly unlikely that you'll be able to find this set anywhere due to it being, well, it was a limited edition set for 1 week in October that was quite popular due to the 4 exclusive minifigures. But if you can find it before all the Toys R Us locations in the United States or wherever you live close, I would definitely recommend getting it. I know I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, so without further ado, let's just get into the figures themselves. Starting off, here we have Money Suit Batman, and you can instantly see how these figures are worth $5 a pop, judging by the minifigure the minifigure ratio compared to the price. But anyway, because this guy is super detailed. I mean, he has really detailed printing on the torso, the hip, both legs, side arms, side legs, back. I mean, there's just printing all over this guy. I'm not going to talk about anything in particular because it's all just kind of cluttered with all the build designs, but it's really nice. Something I do have to compliment is how they got the builds to carry over from the front of the legs to the side, and actually looks pretty good. A lot of times LEGO has trouble continuing print from the front to the side of legs, so it's really cool to see that LEGO really did get it right here. You can see that his accessory is just a standard $100 bill. I mean, it would have been nice maybe to see a different print here, maybe a Batbuck, which did actually come in Batman Minifig Series 2. It would have been nice to get one here, but it's fine to just get the standard bill. But yeah, as you can see, really the only actual detailing that's not just random money design is here on the front of the torso, and, well, that's not true. I mean, I guess you get a couple of crease lines here on the back, but here you can see, like, you have, like, obviously the collar, you have a very nice tie in there that's nicely detailed, and a little collar. It's a very nicely detailed torso, even going past all of the detailed dollar designs. He does just have the standard black Batman cowl, and his face is not exclusive, but it also is not very common, as besides this set, it only comes in the Two-Face Double Demolition and the Ultimate Batmobile. So this is by far the cheapest way to get this face, and it's actually the first time I'm talking about it on my channel. That's pretty good. It would help if maybe the video focused a bit more. Oh, there we go, finally. But yeah, as you can see, this front face just honestly looks kind of bored. I mean, this is a cool print to get, but it's not a super, like, it's not my favorite or anything, but I mean, like, this face looks fine. He just looks kind of bored. The back face I actually like a bit more because he's smiling, although with the eyes, I mean, he still doesn't look super enthused. I mean, this almost kind of looks like a fake smile, but I mean, this is still the better of the two faces, and it's cool to get an uncommon face print in this set. And really, that's all there is for Money Batman. Overall, he's a pretty great minifigure, but let's move on to the next one. While Easter Batman may be the simplest of the 4 figures included in this set, he's also probably my favorite. I mean, this guy just looks really nice. To start with, before we even start into the 360, we have 2 brand newly molded pieces here, or, well, not newly molded, but pieces that are brand new in the colors they're molded in. We have the bunny earpiece molded in a light blue, which is pretty great to get. And we also have the utility belt piece molded in white, which is exclusive, and that's just such a cool piece to get. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but I'm starting off with just looking at the figure as a figure. He's pretty nice. No leg printing. The torso printing is just the standard Batman torso printing from the line, but moved on to this light blue torso with the muscle printing in normal blue. Same thing on the back. His accessory is pretty nice. It's this pink rubber basket with the blue egg piece inside. And the blue egg isn't too common. I believe that it only came in one promotional Easter set and the $100 Angry Bird set. So this is a pretty nice piece to get here. Batman's face is pretty much the only actual exclusive printing on this guy, because obviously the torso and the ears are really just color swaps of existing designs, but Batman's face, it's kind of new, because, like, the top half is a new print, but the bottom half is just the same facial expression as the Fairy Batman minifigure that came in the first Batman movie CMF. And while there's no way to confirm this, I believe that face, like, actually, like, literally is the Fairy Batman face, just with this extra print on the front. And I do have another piece of evidence to support that with another figure in this set that's the same sort of deal, but anyway, this is a nice expression. It definitely fits Fairy Batman to have sort of this confused frown with his lips sort of to the side. I actually really like this face. It kind of reminds me of something you might see in Rick and Morty, if you watch that show. Although, if you're a little kid, and I wouldn't recommend you watch that show. I mean, it's not exactly for kids. But anyway, no back face on Batman. So, overall, a pretty cool figure, but onto that utility belt. That is such a cool piece to get, because ever since I first saw the 3D belt piece in the LEGO Batman movie sets, I was in love, because it's such a useful piece, but in the main sets, it only came in yellow, orange, and purple, which, I mean, they're cool colors to get it in, but none of them are too useful on lots of different figures. In summer of 2018, for a Ninjago set, The Confrontation in the Throne Room, a Season 9 version of Skylore is coming with the belt in red, which is pretty cool to see, but again, not very useful outside that figure. A white belt, on the other hand, while it might not seem practical at first, I'm going to quickly show you another application for this belt that I think might change your mind. I mean, I think this belt just looks really great on Imperial Stormtrooper figures. I mean, it has the 3D detail. It definitely makes them look a bit more bulky, at least in the one area, which I think is good to have sort of at least a bit of the bulkier armor effect. It adds on some nice detail with the canisters in the front and the pouches. It also looks fine on the back. I guess the square part could sort of look like the cylinder, although it's not as accurate. I think that from the front, though, this belt does look really nice, and I hope that LEGO does eventually start using it on Imperial Troopers. Or maybe First Order Troopers. Heck, you could even use it on Rebellion heroes who never take their Stormtrooper belts off for the entire Death Star escape. Seriously, watch it again. It's weird. Han never takes his Stormtrooper belt off. Neither does Luke. It's weird. But anyway, just putting the belt back onto this guy. That is really the last thing we've got here. Again, he is definitely the simplest of the four figures, but he's also my personal favorite because the belt piece is really useful. And again, it's just cool to have an Easter Bunny Batman. It's such a ludicrous idea. Not to mention that this figure is the reason why I'm reviewing this set now instead of later or never like I was originally planning to, because hey, it's Easter. How is it already Easter? Didn't I make my Christmas haul like a week ago? Wasn't I reviewing the Metal Sonic plush I found at my Best Buy like yesterday? Time is going fast this year. But yeah, this guy's pretty great. However, you might have noticed watching up to this point that he is actually missing something. Because in the movie, Easter Batman has a pink cape. But luckily there is a way to fix this. If you have either the Pink Power Batgirl CMF or the 2014 Joker Steamroller Batgirl, you could take one of their pink capes and just give it to this Batman. I'll just use the one from Pink Power Batgirl since that's probably the more common of the two that you would currently have on hand. And yeah, that looks pretty perfect. So now I'm done talking about this figure. Now let's move on to the next one, which is not my favorite, we'll put it that way. Next up, we have Wizard Batman, who is by far the blandest of the four included here. Like, the other three have colors that really pop, like Money Batman is green, Easter Batman is the nice baby blue, and Gladiator Batman has some nice dark red, as well as a bunch of exposed flesh tone. This guy is dark blue. Dark blue is a normal Batman color. And also it's a normal wizard color. I mean, literally, this, like, just remove the Batman head, and this could work for just a normal magician. There's nothing, I mean, why do I keep saying magician, wizard? I mean, like, there's the bat designs, but that's not necessarily exclusive to Batman. I could imagine a wizard just having bats on his robes. And again, the dark blue is just not interesting. Like, if this guy was in a normal blue color, I mean, then he probably would have been compared to the CMF wizard from Series 12, but at least then it would have popped more, although really, I think this guy would have looked great if he was in, like, the purple color, because we've never gotten a purple Batman before, unless you count the 2014 con exclusive. And personally, I just think that a purple Batman would really pop. It would be unique in most people's collections. And I mean, again, a purple wizard would be new, and it would just look interesting. But enough about why this figure's color palette is bland. Let's talk about why the design is bland. First off, his accessory. It's a stick with a bat on top. Brilliant. But yeah, again, his torso and legs aren't that detailed. I mean, I guess you get some nice wrinkling in there. I mean, I like the reflective gold printing. That's nice, but I don't know. It just doesn't interest me that much. You see that he does have the two cape pieces. He has the softer, more modern bottom cape piece, but then he has the papery top piece. Kind of interesting how LEGO did that. His bottom half is just a sloped brick. I'm kind of glad that LEGO's stopped doing this, and now that they'll be doing sloped, like, robe and dress pieces that are the same height as minifigs and have normal leg connectors, because with this guy, just, yeah, that can be an issue sometimes. Also, he doesn't have any back printing, if you're curious, and his face is not exclusive. It's just this face that appears in quite a few Batman movie sets, and it's by far the least interesting Batman movie face, because this side could literally work as a normal Batman head. And let me just, okay, and then the other side is just that, which is nearly the same as the one in the Joker Escape set, just less expressive. But yeah, and be broken half again. So that's Wizard Batman. Definitely the least of the four figures included in this set, but still a fine inclusion, just not necessarily a great. The last figure we get in this set is my second favorite. We have the Baturian, or Centurion Batman, or Roman Soldier Batman. Although, strangely, he has a Spartan helmet. And I'm not sure what's weirder about that. The fact that Batman has a Spartan helmet, or that LEGO's giving him a Spartan helmet when they literally haven't used that mold a single time since 2010. So it's really interesting that they even still have that plastic mold to use, and again, it's kind of odd, because this guy is supposed to be a Roman centurion, so why does he have a Greek helmet? It's kind of odd. It's a really nice mold, though, and it is nice to see it in black with the red plume. I believe that the original did have a red plume, but the helmet was, I believe, gold on that version. So it's nice to see here. His accessories are a golden gladius, I think it's called. Gladius or gladius. And this piece isn't exclusive, but it's also not very common. I believe the only other set I can think of this coming in is it came in the Battle of Five Armies set from The Hobbit. It was Thorin's sword in that set. It might have also been in the Big Smaug set, but I'm not too sure. So that's a nice piece to get. And then the other accessory is this exclusively printed Roman shield, which is very nice with the bat designs, but just getting his accessories out of the way. You can see that both the torso printing and the leg printing is absolutely superb. I mean, the torso printing is kind of simple, although I do like that they're using I don't remember what version of the logo that's is specifically, but I like that it is a different one. I think Lego used this logo on the 2007 Batman minifig, and it's pretty nice to see this design because it is one that again doesn't get used as often on figures, so it is cool to see this bat symbol. His legs are really nice, and unlike the torso, they really could just be used for a normal Roman soldier figure, since they really have absolutely nothing on them to do with Batman, which is actually pretty nice, since they're really usable. He does have the sandal printing, which is nice, although kind of simple, and if we lift up his cape, no back printing, but he has dual molded legs in this little dinky promo set. That's pretty awesome. Batman's face print, however, is pretty interesting, because if I pull it off, it's the expression, one of the expressions that comes in the Joker Balloon Escape set, except it has an overlay on top of the black mask with white eyes, the same overlay that's on the Easter Bunny Batman. Do you get what I'm going with? And if we turn this around, it's the alternate expression from the Joker Balloon Escape Batman, just again with the overlay. So if I had to guess, again, going over it again, if I had to guess, this isn't actually a new face, but instead they're just taking the faces that they've already printed and just overlaying this single design on top of them, which is a really interesting way to do it. If I had to guess, it probably saves money is why they're doing it. I mean, alternatively, I'm completely wrong. It's just a coincidence that it ended up mimicking two identical face prints. Or maybe it is two completely new prints, and they're just using the same mouth designs from previous figures and the same eye designs to save money. I don't know. Actually, it's probably that last one. I don't know for certain, but that's really all I have to say about this figure, so now let's go on to the final verdict. So, for the price of $20, would I recommend that you pick up the LEGO Batman Movie Bricktober minifig set? Yes. This set comes with 4 exclusive versions of Batman, all of which are very detailed. You get some great accessories like the blue egg, the golden gladius, and the especially uniquely printed shield. You get 2 great new face prints. You get some great designs for torsos and legs. I mean, and again, the money suit Batman could be used on just any guy with a money suit, so that's useful. Easter Bunny Batman has the utility belt and the bunny ears. Those are useful. Wizard Batman, you could just take the torso and legs for another wizard. That's useful. Roman Soldier Batman has the helmet and legs. Those are useful. I mean, these are just some great figures with some really usable parts, but if you want to keep them like I am, just keep them as is, as complete figures, they're really nice, with the possible exception of Wizard Batman. And it's kind of unfortunate that this was actually the last Bricktober or gift LEGO's doing, or, well, the 4 that were released in 2017 were the last 4, because, as you've probably heard, Toys R Us, at least in the United States and the UK, is liquidating all of its stores because Toys R Us is bankrupt and they're closing. Toys R Us is dead. This was the last Bricktober. So I guess it's good that LEGO went out with a bang, at least, seeing as how the last few years had been quite disappointing. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I will see all of you in my next video. Farewell.